Like with gay people?
Yeah, what is the social norm there, you know?
Oh, well, like with gay people, there's like a manlier gay person and a gayer gay person. So, like, the manlier gay person probably pays. It's like with lesbians, too, right? There's like a butch lesbian and a good-looking lesbian. So the butch lesbian will pay.
Yeah, we're gonna take it up a few notches right now. See if y'all can keep up. Wanna give a motherfucker sucker, put your hand up.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 34 of the ScruffCast. I'm Dan.
And I'm John.
And today, again, we're just doing a podcast here.
Yeah, we're coming to you leisurely recording on the tail end here of the Labor Day weekend. It's Labor Day right now. A nice, cool Monday evening.
That's right. Last week, we had special guest Anthony on.
Yes.
We got no complaints about him.
No, he was much better this time.
Yeah.
He didn't mix us any drinks in the midst of recording.
It was also like 11 o'clock in the morning, so.
It was, but we went for a nice hearty breakfast.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's like, guys, mimosas? Yeah, so no complaints about him, so that's good news. We haven't had complaints about any of our guests yet. We've complained about our own guests.
Yes, we have.
And we'll complain about him too, because we know he's still not going to listen to this.
No.
Even though he's been on it twice.
He has been on it the most besides us.
We've been turning people down to get on this thing, and we let him on.
Mm-hmm. What a bum.
What a bum. All right. How about we move on to the question to ponder? Ponder. Okay. So to remind you all, the question to ponder from last week. You find a book and begin to read, only to discover that it is telling the story of your life. You get to the point where you are now. Do you turn the page knowing that you will not be able to change the events to come? John, what you got?
No bueno. I'm not turning the page.
Why?
Because since I can't change the events that are to come, I'm not really gaining anything. I'll have, like, you know, the little bit of foresight of the knowledge of, like, ooh, this happens. Ooh, this happens. But it's like I'm robbing myself of that surprise. What if it says, like, you have something really awesome happen? Wouldn't it be better to, like, be surprised and experience in real life? Like, wow, something really awesome just happened.
Yeah.
Right? If you could read the page and then use that knowledge to, like, change the events upcoming, then I think I would.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
fair enough. My answer is the same. I would not read. I would not continue reading it. But you took a much more optimistic view than I did.
Oh, no.
Because I thought, like, what if I find out that, like, I die in a week? You know? I don't want to know. I don't want to know if, like, when I die. You know, what if you read to the end of the book? Like, the death. You know, your death. That'd be the end of the book, I guess, technically. You know?
Yeah, you turn the...
Do you want to know how you die? Do you want to know when you die?
It's just, like, one paragraph. You're like, oh, damn, why is this page so short?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
but if I could read, oh, you're going to die in a week, I kind of want to know that. I mean, you'd be in fear for the whole week, but at least then you could live one hell of a week.
Yeah, I suppose so. I don't know. I think I wouldn't want to know. I have no interest in knowing.
Yeah, I guess if you didn't know, then it could just be like, he died as he lived, sitting at a computer doing nothing. You know?
Exactly. Doing this podcast.
Yeah. Bringing the joy to the listeners. 34 weeks in a row. Can you believe it? You guys are so spoiled.
I can't believe it. I can't believe we've stuck to it.
It's more than double the games in an NFL season.
I don't know if we told anybody how this started, this podcast.
The origin of the
ScruffCast, which isn't much of an origin story. But so we say all the time to each other, oh, let's do this, let's do that. And like 99% of the time, we never follow through.
No, we never commit to anything.
But this was like, I don't know, like...
almost a year
ago now. Yeah. About a year ago, we decided, oh, we should start a podcast. And there was also, we should start a hockey pool, which we also did that.
Yes, we just had our first... Fantasy League annual GM meeting
for the second year of our
yours
fantasy.
Truly as the commissioner and reigning champ.
Anyway, so yeah, we just we should start a podcast, and so we said, you know what? All we do is talk.
Let's just get some mics.
Let's just order mics and force ourselves to do it, and that's it.
That's the origin.
Because we've had so many people inquiring about the origin story of the ScruffCast. So now we're telling it to you.
How did it start? How can I make my own competing podcast when we tell them nothing can compete with the ScruffCast?
Boom.
Jabroni.
All right, so, okay, we've done the question to ponder. Oh, we have such a good question to ponder for for next week's.
It is a good one.
Like, I already have my answer, and I'm like really bummed I can't talk about it till next week.
I gotta wait till episode 35 next week.
As soon as I read it, I knew. Boom, right away. And it might surprise you.
Ooh, tune in next week.
All right.
All right, let's give the listeners what they're here for.
Okay.
The hot takes.
The hot takes. Here we go. Okay. So as we said earlier, Labor Day weekend. Today's the Monday. We're recording this.
You're getting this on Hump Day.
So it's
making Hump Day great again.
That's right.
But so we're recording on Monday.
All right. You're gonna let me talk? You can keep interrupting me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do this for my third time here. I'm trying not to screw this up. Okay. I'm leading the charge here.
The pressure, Dan.
Okay.
Take it away, Dan.
All right. So as we spoke about earlier, it's Labor Day weekend. And in Toronto, I don't know if they do this elsewhere. Maybe they do. Who knows? But in Toronto anyway, from, Friday to Monday, they have like an air show at the CNE downtown. It lasts pretty much all weekend, I think.
Dan, what's the CNE for our non-Canadian listeners?
The Canadian National Exhibition. I actually just had to read that here because I wasn't sure what it was.
Yes.
So anyway, they have like an air show that just goes right over the city. There's Canadian military jets, and there's also American military jets. But people have conflicting ideas kind of on the air show. Some people say, oh, it creates so much noise pollution and whatever, and some people love it. Some people just see like the fun in it.
Yeah.
So before we really get into this, I want to know, what's your take on the air show?
So I don't know. Maybe if you're actually there watching the jets, it's like, oh, that's kind of cool. But if you're not actually watching the air show, it is pretty loud. So I actually work right downtown in Toronto, and in the office, okay, it sounds as if the jets are just roaring right down the street outside the window because it's so loud.
Which they pretty much are. They get pretty low.
Almost, yeah.
There's a video here I was just watching. Like, they get pretty low.
They do.
Having some 9/11 flashbacks here.
I told you, hot takes. So, I don't know. I can see the fun of it if you're actually there, but otherwise, yeah, it's...
So you're kind of on the fence.
Annoying. Well, maybe if I was like, I got to be really productive and work really hard, it'd be annoying, but I'm just kind of like, it's Friday.
I suppose so.
Right? But it's pretty loud. So I'm a little in the middle, like,
I don't know. For me, I kind of like it. I like the air show. I mean, like, I haven't gone a ton of times, and like, where I work now, I have to work long weekends all the time, so I haven't gone in like 10 years. But like, whenever I did go, I always enjoyed it. It was like really cool. It is super loud. It's insane, but
it's impressive how close they fly to each other at such high speeds.
Oh, what was my dad saying? Wasn't my dad who was talking about it yesterday? He was saying that like, I don't even know how he heard this, but they fly like, some of these jets fly like 4 feet apart from each other.
Which is extremely close.
Yeah, that's like how close they get, right? Which, 4 feet in jets is insane. You sneeze, see ya. You're dead.
That's like how close we are sitting across from this table. Now imagine we're traveling at 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, I know. Okay. So, of course, the people of Twitter are, arguing about this and whatnot. So... So there's some people here that are saying, like, it's so much fun, whatever. And then there's others who don't like it as much, okay? So I'm going to read you here an article, and maybe you haven't thought of this.
Okay.
Like, maybe you haven't looked at this take on it, but I'd like to get your take on this, okay? So this one woman says, or man, I'm not sure. Their name is Milan. Your annual Toronto Air Show reminder that some of the people living in this city have lived in places attacked by the most expensive toys, the military industrial complex, and probably don't appreciate the whooshes and booms.
Whooshes and booms?
Whooshes and booms. So, like, this person is pretty much, like, saying, there's, immigrants here that have come from, like, war-torn countries, that these planes that we're all watching and in awe of,
This person definitely didn't come from one of these countries. It's one of those cases where they're getting upset on behalf of somebody else.
Can I read you another quote from Marilyn Bitterman?
Oh, I bet she's bitter, man. Yeah, go ahead, take it away.
All right. Please consider the thousands of refugees in our city whom the air show, and it was #airshow, so she can, get trending, is a traumatic reminder of the wars they fled. To support this barbaric form of entertainment is absolutely See, I can't even read that word. What is that word, John?
I don't know. I'm letting you read the article this time. Unsympathetic, maybe?
No, that I would know unsympathetic. It doesn't matter. Plus noise pollution for all and unnecessary burning of fossil fuels. See, this right here is the reason why you always take the articles.
Absolutely unconscionable was the word.
What?
Anyways, barbaric? That's a little extreme.
Barbaric form of entertainment.
A barbaric form of entertainment is putting two people in a ring in like the Colosseum with like lions to battle to the death. That's barbaric.
That's barbaric. This is just some planes flying over.
Because the barbarians didn't have jets.
And you know what? I'm going to say it. The people come to the ScruffCast for the hot takes. If these people got a problem, go back to those countries.
I mean, wouldn't...
Like,
if
sorry,
this is really
you know
the
what I mean?
case, if this is really the case, wouldn't you rather be in a country where we can have this as a form of barbaric entertainment than actually being in these war-torn countries?
Exactly.
Where, you know? Maybe it's like, look, we can enjoy the majesty of the jets flying by without worrying about being bombed or something.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, they are quite beautiful when they're not dropping bombs on us.
Yeah, there you go, right? And Marilyn Bitterman definitely didn't come from one of these countries.
Oh, no. She's the whitest whitey there is, man.
Oh, yeah.
You can see her picture here. That's the thing about Twitter.
Like, why do people feel like they need to get offended on behalf of the other people? I don't see, like, this whole... So this article is really just, like, one of those trending Twitter moments, which, man, they do a great job of, like, encapsulating all of people's outrage, if you would. In quotes here. These people are always getting offended on behalf of other people. I don't see a single person that looks like they came from one of these war-torn countries here.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? Like...
Yeah, okay. And, like... Yeah, here's another one here. Sending so much love to those who are triggered by the air show in Toronto today. Heart emoji.
I don't even know what to say. This is just ridiculous.
But David Love has a good take on it here. So he says, the CNE Air Show has been around since 1949. 60 years of celebrating airmanship, skill, aviation technology, and saluting our armed forces. All of a sudden, delicate millennial snowflakes want it stopped. John? Oh, yeah, you don't have it here, but it's your favorite thing to say. Shake my head.
Shaking my head.
Shaking my head.
Yeah, I mean, you could also take that argument, right? They're showcasing, you know, the craftsmanship of the skill it takes to fly these jets at such high speed so closely together, right? And maneuver and do these tricks and stuff, right?
Yeah.
You know what? People are going to complain every day about everything. But if they want the hot take about it, they come to the ScruffCast. That's what we're doing. We're telling these people, take it down a peg.
Yeah, you're right, too. You know what? I take back what I said when I said, you know what? These people can go back to their countries. Because it's not even them complaining about it.
No, it's not. Not at all.
It's like victim by association, you know?
Yeah.
I'm with those people, so I'm going to get angry for them.
Exactly.
These people are sitting there like, I ain't even angry. Why are you getting angry for me?
Yeah, if I was like one of these people, I'd be like, I don't need you, Marilyn, to be like, these people are being triggered. I'd be like, well, maybe I enjoy it.
I also enjoy the air show.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Shaking my
that's
head.
it. All right, John, back to you.
All right.
You're
Back
welcome,
to me.
everyone.
I feel like we're on like one of those old school news broadcasts. Back to you with the weather. Well, not with the weather, but with an article from the Huffington Post. Serena Williams hits tennis court in tutu amid catsuit ban, and people love it.
So, we've talked about Serena Williams before in this podcast.
A couple times, yes. She managed to show up a couple times on the ScruffCast and not become a banned topic, similar to fatties, which we love talking about, but we're not talking about fatties this week.
Serena Williams is like opposite of fatty.
Yeah, she's
I
like
Serena Williams.
world-class athlete. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Serena, if you're listening, we'd
Hit
love
us
to
up.
have you on the ScruffCast.
We'd
We're always
love to.
looking for more diversity. You know, that's what's really in nowadays.
We're just two white guys, you know?
Yeah.
We need some color on the ScruffCast.
We need some color. We need also diversity of, like, where you're on the athletic end of the spectrum.
We're also that,
We're
yeah.
on the far end of the curve, like, where the athletes aren't. So, hit us up. ScruffCast@gmail.com or at ScruffCast on Twitter.
Or she's got an Instagram post right here. She could find us on Instagram.
At the ScruffCast. All right.
There we go. Okay, let's actually talk about this.
Serena Williams hits tennis court in tutu amid catsuit ban, and people love it. Serena Williams rocked a tutu in the first round of the U.S. Open in the midst of a controversy around outfits she's worn on the court, and fans went wild. The tennis champion wore a custom-designed tutu by Louis Vuitton designer Virgil Abloh and Nike in her Monday match against Magda Linette. In addition to the tutu, she wore Nike Court Flare trainers and fishnet compression tights, just in case you wanted to know the full breakdown. Williams said the tutu was actually easy to play in and even aerodynamic, and then fans raved about the look. Serena's U.S. Open outfit is everything, from the Twitter account Black Girl Culture. Here's Serena Williams as she debuts this stunning ensemble from the Queen collection tonight in her first match at the U.S. Open. And just, many of tweets of people being like, woohoo, Serena Williams, she's the best.
Yeah.
The tutu look comes
Slay!
Slay, yes, Queen!
Yes,
Slay!
Queen, slay!
The tutu look comes on the heels of comments from Bernard Giudicelli, the president of the French Tennis Association, that the French Open would ban catsuits after Williams wore one during the 2018 tournament just earlier this year. Williams had stated that the Black Panther-inspired suit was helpful in preventing blood clots after she had a pulmonary embolism after giving birth to her daughter just earlier this year, which was how we talked about her earlier, because there was a whole debacle on her losing her rank.
Exactly, but now she's back.
Yeah, now she's back.
Tearing it up again.
And she's slaying.
She's slaying.
So, Giudicelli said catsuits will no longer be accepted, according to the Associated Press. One must respect the game and the place, he said. While former tennis star Billie Jean King, who I believe Michael Jackson wrote a song about, came to Williams' defense and said the policing of women's bodies must end, Williams herself had a much lighter response to the whole ordeal. Where she said, when it comes to fashion, you don't want to be a repeat offender.
Very civil.
So that's the gist of the article here. But basically, she wore this catsuit, which was specifically designed by Nike, who's one of her sponsors, at the French Open, right? Which was it was designed for compression to help, reduce blood clots and stuff like this.
Because apparently she had she had problems after giving birth, and she almost died.
Yeah, it was pretty serious.
Yeah, so she responded. So she says, okay, I can't wear the catsuit. No big deal. She responded by wearing a full-on tutu. And this isn't just a little maybe 3-inch tutu out the side.
This is a tutu.
Yeah, this thing is...
It's got 4 tutus.
Big. I just find this so funny. You know what I mean? Because it's almost like she's not sitting there and being like, oh, this is ridiculous, I should be able to wear what I want. She's kind of just like, all right, well, guess what? I'm just going to make a mockery of this instead,
exactly.
Right? She took a more humorous approach to it.
Exactly.
Which I think is so much more effective than just the constant people
complaining.
Complaining or
it got her on the ScruffCast.
Oh, is it because I'm a black woman, or a woman in general, right? She didn't go that route. She was she just took a more humorous approach to it, right? What are they gonna tell her now? Oh, no, you can't wear the tutu.
She'll be like, okay, and then she'll wear something new.
She'll wear something else that's ridiculous, right? She'll wear a sombrero.
That would be amazing for the Mexican Open.
Oh, that'd be so funny.
So, but what I want to know your opinion on is, what do you think of this whole idea of you must respect the game, in the sport of tennis? And it's the French Tennis Association, who runs the French Open, being sort of, up their own ass about this.
Yeah, there's a lot of organizations like this, right? And golf,
golf is a very picky one as well.
Exactly. And I think it's so stupid. I don't know much about tennis. I don't know what the dress code is. I don't know what I don't know. I have no idea. But in golf anyway, you can't wear shorts.
No. Well, on the PGA Tour, the LPGA Tour, the ladies, they can wear skirts
and stuff like that. Yeah. If you will. But the men have to wear pants, and it can be 40 degrees.
Sometimes they're playing in extreme temperatures,
exactly,
in Dubai and stuff, right?
Exactly, really odd, and they can't wear shorts, right? Which is come on, it's a little ridiculous. They make nice shorts, So it's stuff like that, where it's like you said, they're just a little up their own ass.
Yeah.
Right?
It doesn't make any sense, because I think they've lightened up recently where they're they can wear shorts during the practice rounds.
Yeah. Right? Yeah, which is golf has done
which
that.
Which is this is golf. Yeah, if you can wear it during the practice rounds, why not during the regular rounds? It doesn't make any sense.
I bet you the U.S. Open's looking at this right now saying, God damn, we should just let her wear the catsuit. Because she looks
she's
ridiculous
out there dominating in a tutu.
She's out there dominating in a tutu.
Ridiculous.
I like it. I like the look. Big fan.
Yeah, you do you, Selena. Or Serena.
All right. John's here plugging in his laptop right now. That's why there's
technical difficulties. The listeners had no idea until you told them.
Well, they could probably hear you smacking everything around.
Some beatboxing over in the background. Oh. All right. On to the next article, which comes from Cron4.com, the Bay Area's news station. This is categorized as strange.
Okay.
Woman poses as California deputy, busts boyfriend out of jail. This sounds like a good girlfriend.
Yeah.
A Fayetteville woman is behind bars for helping her boyfriend escape from jail by posing as a deputy. Maxine Feldstein, 30, forged documents from the Ventura County Sheriff's Office in California to prevent her boyfriend from extradition back to California to face charges there, according to court documents. Nicholas Lowe, 23, was being held at the Washington County Detention Center since July 14th. So over a month now.
Yeah.
On a hold for Ventura County on a local charge of false impersonation. I don't even know what that means. You like pretending to be somebody else?
I guess.
These two sound like a match made in heaven. Feldstein is accused of calling the Washington County Detention Center and posing as a sheriff's deputy from Ventura County, then submitting phony paperwork to release the hold on her boyfriend, citing the reason for release as overcrowding. What? That's ridiculous. That's one of the
Pretty
plausible
smart.
reasons.
Pretty smart, yeah.
A Washington County sergeant received the paperwork via email, and Lowe was released shortly thereafter. The plan worked until a real deputy with Ventura County called the jail and said he was 2 hours away from the detention center to pick up Lowe. That's when the local jail staff figured out what had happened. Feldstein and Lowe were both captured and booked into the detention center on August 17th. Feldstein faces multiple felony charges that include forgery and criminal impersonation. Lowe faces a new escape charge in addition to the charge in California. So right away, one of my thoughts is, if his girlfriend's acting rogue and getting him out of there, is it really an escape charge, or should he be like?
Because he also got charged as well again, right?
Right. Should he be like, hang on, I should stay here? I guess, but I don't know.
I know, if someone's willingly trying to break you out of jail, you shouldn't get in trouble for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be in jail. Of course you want to get out of there.
Yeah, you want to get out of there.
My question to you, John.
Yeah.
Do you think your girlfriend would do the same thing for you?
Since it's just over email, I think so. She just boop, 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 boop,
Forge a few little things?
let him out. Yes, queen, slay. Be like, yes. And it'd be it.
Yeah.
If you had to go there in person, I'd be like, actually, I'm the sheriff deputy from... She doesn't sound like this at all. But, actually, I'm the sheriff deputy. She's never going to listen. Actually, I'm the sheriff deputy from, Ventura County, and you got to let this person know. No bueno. She wouldn't do it, right? She's never going to do that. Do you think your fiance would do this for you?
I think she would.
Really?
Yeah.
What if she had to go there in person?
Possibly.
Yeah,
See, I think she'd say well, tell me what I have to do. I don't know what to do. She'd probably pull one of those.
You got to be the criminal mastermind.
Exactly, and then I would okay, you just do this, and do that. I think she would do it. She's awesome. She's great like that. She'd break me out of jail. We're like Bonnie and Clyde.
I'll have to ask her.
Yeah, she'll be. I keep hitting the mic. I'm sorry.
She may burst in any moment.
She may burst in any moment. And we'll ask her opinion. Yeah.
All right. On to a particularly spicy one, which we must say was sent to us by a listener of the ScruffCast. He emailed us at scruffcast@gmail.com and said, "I thought I would point you in the direction of this article. It is an absolute gem. Enjoy." Sent from my iPhone.
Should we say who it is?
Yeah, maybe we'll
Does
give
a
a little...
person want to be exposed? Our longtime listener, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris, for sending this in.
If you get flooded with fan mail or the paparazzi,
that's the thing. You know what?
in advance.
We didn't have anyone email in for the question to ponder, but
he did one better.
He sent us an article, and we have an article sent from somebody else as well.
Yes.
Your girlfriend.
Which is my girlfriend, who doesn't listen to the show.
She doesn't even listen, but she's still giving us some ideas.
She knows her BuzzFeed, and she said, I found an article.
This is great. We only had to do half the work this week.
Exactly. I'm loving it.
And guess what? The first crappy half that we just went through, that was us. We're getting to the good stuff now.
Yeah, the final half.
The ones we have, no good. But these ones are good.
Yeah. So, if you guys ever find any sort of interesting articles, don't be afraid to shoot them our way. Ideally by email, scruffcast@gmail.com, or on Twitter @scruffcast. Or, just link it in the comments on our YouTube videos where you're giving us a thumbs up right now, laughing at the funny image that I photoshopped.
John works really hard on those thumbnails.
I do. Did you see the one last week? Girl getting pepper sprayed by a guy with a bad haircut? Absolute gem.
Yeah.
You listeners don't know how spoiled you are.
All right.
Onto the article sent to us by our listener. Bride cancels wedding, breaks up with fiancé after friends and family refuse to pay for $60,000 nuptials. A woman's long-winded tirade blaming her friends and family for canceling her dream $60,000 wedding has gone viral on social media. The bizarre story has received a massive response after being shared on Facebook and Reddit by a woman identified as the bride's cousin. Bride's gonna be mad at her cousin. The Facebook post starts with, "It comes with great sadness that I am announcing the cancellation of the," and then it's, I guess, the last name here, censored, wedding. "I apologize for canceling only 4 days beforehand." I have the whole statement here I can read from the woman. It's quite lengthy, but, you know, we gotta find out what this crazy woman's thinking. "I apologize for canceling only 4 days beforehand. Unfortunately, the boyfriend, or I guess groom name, and I have broken up due to some recent and irreparable problems. We have decided to end our relationship and not go forth with any future proceedings."
Now, before you continue, this seems fairly normal. You know, sometimes this stuff happens. You know what I mean?
She seems a little sad, you know.
Yeah, this stuff happens. Sometimes, you know, you break up right before the wedding, and that's sad. Like, you know, sucks. You cancel everything.
Have you also seen Runaway Bride with Julia Roberts and what's his name? Richard Gere? Is it Richard Gere?
I haven't.
I don't know.
I haven't the one about the prostitute?
No, that's Pretty Woman. No. Where he goes to get the thing and she snaps it closed. Ha 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 ha. Which I only know from Family Guy, like impersonated the clip. Anyways, I haven't seen the movie either, but if anybody has, ScruffCast@gmail.com, let us know. So,
besides the point.
However, we are remaining civil and are still a team for our son. After hours of tears, mental exhaustion, and even disassociation, I have come to this decision. In 1 hour after posting this status, I'm going to delete my Facebook. Social media has caused me only paranoia and toxicity. I'll be spending these next 2 months backpacking in South America.
Oh, boy.
I guess you don't care about that son so much. Exploring my soul.
Oh, yeah!
And ridding myself of toxic energy brought on by my friends and family. The ones who I thought I could trust the most.
Oh, boy, it's getting spicy here.
Hence, I will be out of the country for all of October and November. Please don't contact me. When I'm ready, I may make a new Facebook and add friends, family that haven't stabbed me in the back.
Oh.
How did this all come crashing down? Well, I invite you all on Facebook, players, bystanders, and side characters of the people in my life.
Oh, boy.
To take a seat and listen. You're all involved somehow. Somehow everyone is wrapped into this mess. Oh, she's dragging us into the drama.
Oh, God.
Even if you weren't invited to my wedding, I don't care. You might hear of the drama, and I'd rather you hear it from me. I'm not asking for sympathy. I just want to tell my story. And she sounds like she wants to go on an Oprah show.
Yeah. This is all on a Facebook post?
Yeah, it's pretty lengthy.
Jesus Christ.
Before I begin this mini novel, I invite all of you, including the bitches who have ruined my marriage and life. I even censored it down from bitches. Two bitches. She called them butt cakes.
Butt cakes?
Bunt cakes.
Bunt cakes.
To put yourselves in my shoes. For once, let me take the stage and let me voice the most painful few months of my life. First, things were a fairy tale. I met the love of my life at 14. We were both young, but somehow we just knew we were meant to be. We worked on my family's farm together, and with each warm summer spent in the fields, our love grew deeper and deeper. Oh my God. Fast forward to high school, we went strong all 4 years. He put a ring on my finger when I was 18, worth nearly $5,000. Why does the number matter, lady? Shouldn't it be about the love?
That's right.
We'd put everything on the line for each other. Everything. We both chose to attend the same community college and work full-time in order to build our dream. We spent most of our days by each other's sides. I'll always be thankful for that. Fast forward a few years, I was 20. Realized I was pregnant with my first. We were elated, tearful, thankful to God for this gift. After giving birth to Declan, I guess his son's name, I knew the next step would be to focus on my career and become financially stable. My ex did the same. She's already calling him her ex. Wow, that was quick.
Yeah.
We saved and saved. I was in love. I was happy, and I was looking forward to life. We continued working and even got our degree. It was hard, yes, but so blissfully worth it. We managed to save up nearly $15,000 for a wedding. Since our love was like a fairy tale, we wanted an extravagant blowout wedding, one where our son could be included.
Okay, stop real quick. Me and my fiance are planning a wedding, and saving $15,000 for a wedding is like not a lot of money, even just for a basic wedding.
Well, but
she wants a blowout wedding.
An extravagant blowout wedding, one where her son could be included.
So I'm gonna assume she's not gonna ask, for $1,000 from her parents, just to get them over the hump.
Yeah, to give them 15.
Might be a little more than that.
So we started touring venues, and we're torn between two. A local psychic told us to go with the more expensive option.
No.
And we thought, why the hell not? We just needed a little push. Our dream wedding amounted to $60K, so 4 times what they've saved.
Oh my god.
All included with flights to Aruba. All we asked was for a little help from our friends and family to make it happen. I specifically, in capitals, specifically asked for cash gifts. How could we have our wedding that we dreamed of without proper funding? We'd sacrificed so much and only asked each guest for around $1,500. We talked to a few people who even promised us more to make our dream come true. My maid of honor, who shall not be named, pledged $5,000 along with her planning services. We tearfully thanked and accepted. My ex's family offered to contribute $3,000. So our request for $1,500 from all other guests was not out of the ordinary. Like, we made it clear. If you couldn't contribute, you weren't invited to our exclusive wedding. It's a once-in-a-lifetime party. So we sent out RSVPs, and only 8 people replied and sent us the check. We were livid. How was this supposed to happen without a little help from our friends? To make matters worse, my ex's family took back their offer. Suddenly, more people backed out, including the bitch maid of honor, my best friend since childhood, my second family. The whole line was in capitals. I was so shocked and tearful. To make matters worse, it was only a month before the wedding. To cancel everything would have been more than $5K. Desperately, we resent our invites and asked people to donate what they could. This sounds like, your alumni foundation, like reaching out. Have you thought about donating?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, seriously, people, what is 1,000? What is 1,500? Clearly not a lot. It would be quite manageable and within budget. I've heard of people asking for worse. We also...
Where?
This is ridiculous.
Okay, yeah.
We also set up a GoFundMe that only got us $250. At this point, we were exhausted, tired. I yelled at my ex. I became unraveled. I realized my dream wedding was becoming a nightmare. Then it got worse.
Oh, how
dude, this
could
is a
it
good,
get worse?
This is a good storytelling by this woman.
Okay.
My ex came into the room and offered to get a Vegas wedding done. I laughed in his face, but he was dead serious. He wanted those cheap, raggedy, filthy, horror-like Vegas weddings. I mean, what the hell? Was he out of his mind? Am I some hooch piece of trash? A hooker? Am I supposed to like the idea of getting married in the heart of shady gamblers, alcoholics, and the get-rich-fast fallacy? It sounds like he's trying to get rich fast, asking for all his damn money.
Holy Jesus.
Suddenly, my body began to shake as I entered a panic attack.
Oh, it's so dramatic.
My ex left the room and didn't apologize for his horrid suggestion. I then called my maid of honor and cried my eyes out. Instead of sympathy, I was told that I was asking for way too much and I should stick to my budget. I mean, no words can describe. How could someone who offered me thousands of dollars then deny me my promised money and then tell me to shift down my budget? Because she had 4 question marks.
Yeah.
She knows my dream was a blowout wedding. I just wanted to be a Kardashian for a day, then live my life like a normal. I called her a filthy poor excuse of a friend and hung up. Then she blocked me off all social media. Rumors swirled. I received anonymous threats. My ex stayed out later and later, and I have a feeling he even cheated.
Oh,
my bridesmaids climbed on the boat with my maid of honor and dissed me. They essentially told me I was crazy. They asked for their deposit back, so I said, F you. I refuse to give it back until they can pay me back from their emotional distress.
Oh.
My ex started to talk to my maid of honor and gossip about me behind my back. I overheard him talking in the basement when he called me a stuck-up bitch. I verified he was talking to her, and man, the sentence gets cut off for some reason. But yeah. He verified that she verified he's talking to her, and she goes on to say, "Anyway, I am exhausted. I am bone tired. My heart is not the same. It's stone cold, fragmented, empty. I need to get away from this awful society. How hard would it have been to donate to friends? Do I matter to you? Just give me money for my wedding. I won't even sugarcoat. I won't even pretend that's not what I wanted. It was for a dream. I was stabbed, cheated on, and worked. Goodbye. See you in 2 months. Friendly reminder to you bitches. Don't think you own me. I'm cutting all of you snakes off. I'm living my life alone now. I only let in those I believe have good intentions. XOXO." And then the comments on it, I'm assuming are from her Facebook friends, are unreal. "I have no words. You're out of your mind, Susan." This is the top one. After that, it says, "What happened to you? Who on hell expects that amount of money?" So this was the whole story this woman posted.
Oh man, this is a lot to break down here.
Which is just insane. Like, that must have been like a 5-minute long story. I don't even know how to begin to unpack this.
I don't know where to start. I feel like we should just move on because this is like...
obviously
we're not going to do that, but like...
But I got to really give props to Chris. He killed it. This is one of the best articles he's ever had.
This is probably the best
one we've had.
The
story is so good. What is this woman thinking?
It almost sounds fake. Like, with
But
just like
it can't
the
even be.
balls this woman has. Like to ask,
It's only 1,000, only 1,500. Not a lot, she said. What is it really?
you guys only saved up $15,000. You know how
With all
much
that money-
1,500 is. Like,
Yeah,
it's a lot of money.
With all that money, you think she'd want to like spend it on her kid or something? Like I guess her and her
She
husband
wants
have
to
been
live like
together
a
for while.
Kardashian for the day.
Her dream, an extravagant blowout wedding.
And then live a normal life after that. Yeah, right.
But dude, you know who the real culprit is? The psychic told him to go with the more expensive option.
Yeah, she
That's like the most ridiculous thing
probably
ever.
worked for that resort in Aruba.
Oh yes, you should definitely go here. I have a referral key that will save you 10%.
Like, these two are both clearly nuts. Well, you know, it's probably her, and he was probably just kind of going along with it.
Well, he went off the deep end. I'm sure, like, she went off the deep end, and he's like, I'm out of here.
You're on your own here, yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's even cheating on me? You don't know that.
No, he's probably just like, oh, I got to get away from this crazy hoe.
she's like, she is crazy. He already knew she was crazy. This just hit, like, another level of crazy. And then I love how she says, like, how could someone who offered me thousands of dollars then deny me my promised money and then tell me to shift down my budget? Like, your money? What?
It wasn't even her money. And then she wants her friends to, like, repay her for her emotional distress. This woman is living in a fantasy land. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Out of her mind. She is like she is not tied down to reality at all. Like,
and then the way she complains about like the Vegas wedding. What am I? We're just gonna get married around some cheap crackhead boo boos.
Yeah, you know what? But this is to be expected
Like
out of
some
someone.
huge piece of trash. A hooker.
This is something to be expected out of someone who names their son Declan.
I can't disagree.
I bet you that kid's 6 and wears a scarf and khaki pants. You know, little douche kid.
I mean, it's not his fault, you know.
Bet you his middle name's
born from a
Ethan.
douche. He's a douche.
Middle name's probably Ethan.
If we have any Ethans, there's no way we have a Declan listening to this.
Declan, Ethan. I don't know what their last name is.
Jabroni.
Oh, is that a little
Foreshadowing?
foreshadowing?
I don't know. We haven't read the final article, but
True.
this is ridiculous. I want to reach out to, if the husband is listening, come on the ScruffCast and tell us your story.
Oh,
not the
Jesus.
woman. I don't even want the woman on the podcast.
No, we don't need to hear from her.
We'll take her for, you know, the views.
Actually, yeah, no, I wouldn't.
But-
I would love to have her sit down here and explain this again to us.
I'd love to just take her down a peg, like right to her face.
Oh,
this
yeah.
is ridiculous.
You know what? I think you should post this onto the Twitter for anyone who wants to read this, because there's
The whole thing.
This one's kind of hard to talk about.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
It was like you heard how long it was. It was there's a lot to unpack.
This is a lot to talk about. It's like hard to get into all of it, but it's such a good article. We'll have to post it. If you want to check it out, go on our Twitter. Maybe can you post that to Instagram?
I can post like a picture, a screenshot of the thing or something.
Can you like put a link in the?
Nah, Instagram's picky like that. You gotta say like link in bio, which is
Okay.
stupid. You can
Okay.
put a link in the description of like caption of photos, but it's not clickable.
Stupid. All right, then we'll just do it on Twitter.
What kind of hood rat stuff is that?
Okay, everybody just get on Twitter and do
Get
it
on
from
Twitter at ScruffCast. Bam,
This-
in for
this
one
is-
hell of an article.
This is so good. It's worth. And that was just like what she talked about. There's like an article that goes along with it that gives like some of her family members' reactions to it too. It's just fantastic, this whole thing.
Such a good find by our listener Chris. I got to give him the rare Bueno Plus on this one.
Holy
Only other
shit.
Bueno Plus we've ever given was to Jackie Chan in a little ScruffCast shout out in the early 20 episodes. So,
Oh, yeah,
if you want
right.
that Bueno Plus, you got to find
Jesus,
these
Chris is
gems.
right up there with Jackie Chan.
Well, there's different scales of Bueno Plus, but
Well, he's still,
I'm
that's
sure
a
Chris is
Bueno
much
Plus.
younger than Jackie Chan. He's got a way to go. You know, Jackie
maybe.
Chan has had like years and years of time to build up the Bueno.
I suppose, yeah.
But,
All right.
but
Yeah, we'll have
Way
to
to
post
go.
that one. That one's like too good. Too good.
too good.
All right.
Ay. All right. On to our final article for the week. BuzzFeed News reporting to you, it says. This one was sent to me by my lovely girlfriend. This guy is facing felony charges after allegedly dining and dashing on a bunch of dates. And he sounds like a dine and dasher. Paul Guadalupe Gonzalez, 45, pleaded not guilty to a series of charges, including extortion and grand theft. Marjorie Moon met Paul Guadalupe Gonzalez, as many people do, on a dating app. They swapped photos of their kids and talked about their love of good food. He wasn't her usual type, but Moon decided to meet up with Gonzalez at a local high-end restaurant in the Los Angeles area.
Hold on.
For their first date. Ooh, we have a ScruffCast special game.
All right. My fiance is here. Can I say your name on this? Have I already said her name?
I don't know. Do you want to deal with the paparazzi?
We got a question for you. Okay. If I went to jail for some reason, wasn't anything that bad.
Not like a violent crime.
No, I'm being held there. You know what I mean? I'm not really in jail. I'm just being held there, kind of with bail, whatever. Would you impersonate like an officer, like over an email to try to get me out?
You're just forging a document.
Just forging a document. No. What?
I guess not. Maybe she's not as rad or die as you thought.
I called us Bonnie and Clyde, and that's what you give me?
Why would I have to do that?
Oh my God!
I don't know. Otherwise, you can be stuck in jail.
I'm just embarrassed now.
You got his dumbass in there.
Maybe it was a grand gesture he was trying to show you. Like, look how great I am. He tried to steal something.
Would you like us to get you a mic? You can talk more about this.
Maybe one day we'll get a special episode. We'll bring our lady loves onto the podcast if they ever listen to it.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to the midst of our story. But
now I'm upset.
Could be worse. It could be dating the girl from the last story.
That is true. Okay.
All right. So we were talking about Marjorie Moon and Paul Guadalupe Gonzalez, who met on a dating app. They swapped photos of their kids, talked about their love of good food. He wasn't her usual type, but Moon decided to meet up with Gonzalez at a local high-end restaurant in the Los Angeles area for their first date. On the date, Moon thought he seemed generally normal and happy to be there, even bragging to a waiter about his beautiful date. He also had quite the appetite, ordering wine, a chicken dinner, and 4 lobster tails, topped off with coffee and chocolate souffle.
Oh, boy.
Jeez Louise. Then he excused himself to make a phone call, and that's when he didn't come back, Marjorie Moon told BuzzFeed News. It was about 5 minutes when I started saying, I don't know, something isn't right to me. She then checked with the maitre d', who confirmed Gonzalez had left the building, like Elvis, after which he covered the $250 bill and left.
Ay.
It was a pretty horrible feeling. It was very embarrassing, Moon said. I'd never had anything like that happen to me before. Allegedly, Moon isn't the only woman who had an awful date with Gonzalez. He's accused of taking at least 8 women on dates to high-end restaurants in California and ditching them before the bill arrives. A warrant was issued for his arrest in June, and he was apprehended this week. Gonzalez, who has been dubbed the Dine and Dash Dater, pleaded not guilty to 7 counts of extortion, 2 counts of attempted extortion, and 1 count of grand theft, all of which are felonies. He also faces 2 misdemeanor charges, each of defrauding an innkeeper and petty theft. According to the LA County District's Attorney Office, the dates took place between May 2016 and April 2018 at restaurants in Pasadena, Long Beach, Burbank, and LA. Each time, prosecutors allege he would order food and drinks before making an excuse to leave the table and never returning. Twice, the restaurants themselves ended up footing the bill, both of which are now listed as victims. He's also accused of walking out on a haircut and dye job without paying. Oh, this guy just likes to get up and leave.
Do we know if he came back and pepper sprayed the bitch?
I don't know.
Maybe it's a connection.
They always return to the scene of the crime.
Yep.
In total, authorities allege that Gonzalez defrauded the victims of more than $950, and he could face up to 13 years in state prison if convicted.
Jesus.
I feel like that's pretty hefty for $950.
For $950, yeah.
Moon's date was back in May 2016. At the time, she wrote about what happened on Facebook, where the post went viral. A year later, a police detective contacted her saying he was investigating the allegations against Gonzalez. Another woman, who CBS Los Angeles identified only as Michelle, said she went on a date where Gonzalez went all out, in quotes. He allegedly ordered a salad with shrimp and the filet mignon before downing 2 cups of coffee. This guy's got it right. He gets the coffee, so then he's got the energy to run.
Exactly, yeah.
Michelle said he then told her he was going to his car to get his phone charger, but never came back. What is he going to plug it into the table?
Yeah, what did you think was going to happen?
I don't know. Diane Guilmette told CBS a similar story. She met Gonzalez on the dating website Plenty of Fish before sitting down to a steak dinner at Morton's in Los Angeles. After eating, he allegedly went to take a phone call and never returned. Gonzalez is now being held in lieu of $315,000 bail. His preliminary hearing is scheduled for September 5th. So, this is a very interesting story because Is it technically illegal? He's going on dates and he's being, a bit of a dick and just leaving the woman behind to foot the bill.
That was kind of my thought too. Like I know here it says something about he left the haircut.
The haircut, that's definitely illegal.
Exactly,
But,
and also something about a hotel. Like he just bailed on a hotel or something like that.
yeah, which is okay. I could see this is a bit of a trend. But if you go on a date, it's only sort of like the social expectation that the man pays on the date, right? Especially first date, right?
Yes.
Because, as a man, it's much harder to woo the women. The women have it to woo the man,
Yeah.
So, if you go and you're just like, oh, hang on, I'm just going to go, answer the phone. And then leave. The woman's going to be like, she's got to foot the bill.
Is that really illegal?
Super shitty, of course.
Super
right?
douchey, yeah, but...
But is it illegal? Maybe if the woman's like, I have absolutely no way to pay, just so you know before you go to get your phone, and then you leave.
He'd still probably be like, whatever, see ya.
Well, think about it. How many times do you watch a TV show or a movie, and it's like the scenario where a girl's out on a date with a guy, and, the guy's kind of a dweeby, or he's like, total douche, and the girl's like, oh, I really gotta get out of here. So she gets her friend to call her or something, and she's like, oh, sorry, and leaves the guy behind.
And now he's got to pay for it.
Right, and the guy pays.
It's like the same thing. This guy just doesn't make up the story. He just leaves.
It's 2018, feminists. You want the equal, rights, equal responsibilities.
We get to leave too.
We get to leave. Hashtag we get to leave too. This is going to be...
Hashtag leave too.
Yes.
Instead of me too.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a
How
good
come men
one.
don't get the right to, leave? What if it was like two men who were out on a date? One thing I've always wondered, is how do they determine who pays? Is it like whoever asked who? Like, hey, would you like to go for dinner? Is that person expected to pay?
Like with gay people?
Yeah. What is the social norm there,
Oh, well, like with gay people, there's like a manlier gay person and a gayer gay person. So, like, the manlier gay person probably pays. It's like with lesbians, too, right? There's like a butch lesbian and a good-looking lesbian. So the butch lesbian will pay.
I guess, but like, I don't know. Maybe you get in some of those like 50-50 scenarios.
Where they're both super gay?
Yeah, where it's like, who's paying? I don't know. I guess maybe it's whoever asked who. But still, in that case...
If we have any gay listeners out there, please.
We must have at least one.
Yeah.
How does it work? This is something I'd actually be fascinated to know. How does it work when you go out on a date? Who pays?
We'd also like to know how a lot of other stuff works with gay people, too.
You could be the...
Just kidding.
You could be another guest on the podcast. Hit us up, ScruffCast@gmail.com. I don't know. I have a hard time... Like, he's getting charged with extortion. Like... Is it because he's just forcing these women to pay? Now, he is ordering an absurd amount of food. 4 lobster tails? That's extreme.
Yeah, and then...
You don't order 4 lobster
and
tails
a chicken
if you're
dinner,
paying,
too.
right?
The thing is, like, the bail is set to $315,000.
It's pretty hefty for like a...
This is like...
And he only
come on.
defrauded at $950. If I'm going to go and get charged with a potential 13 years in jail... I'm gonna do it for more than $950 worth of food.
This guy's potentially gonna get 13 years in jail. I just read an article the other day about a woman who ran a daycare who hung a child.
Holy shit.
In her basement, and she got 10 years probation.
Oh my God, was that here in Canada?
The kid didn't die.
Oh, thank
Like
goodness.
someone ended up getting the kid, like, and it didn't die, but because she like just went crazy and she just.
It sounds
decided to
like
hang
it.
the kid.
That's
But
insane.
She gets 10 years probation,
God.
and he gets 13 years in jail.
For just skimping out on the bill?
He's probably not going to get jail time at all, but it's the fact that he's facing it, right? It's just pretty crazy.
I just can't get over the idea that it's technically shouldn't be illegal to skip out on the date because, like you see on TV, women, skip out on dates. Hashtag leave too. Yes, man, slay.
Slay King, slay.
Slay King, slay.
Yeah.
Well,
It's a super douchey move, but...
It is. If we've ever had anybody out there who's been on a date where they got left at the table,
If
let
you're
us
not
know.
if you're not too embarrassed to speak about it, let us
We'll
know.
keep you anonymous. Only if you get the Bueno Plus, we'll say your name.
Yeah.
All right. I think
All right.
that'll do it for articles this week.
Okay, so let's get into it. You want to start with? Let's start with Jabroni of the week. End it off on a high note with the hero.
There's so much going on the podcast. So exciting.
It is.
Jabroni of the week.
Who do you got?
How can you not give it to anybody but that crazy wedding woman?
That is very true.
Like
That's
I have
true.
a hard time giving it to anybody but her.
That's a really good one. I'll change it up just because.
Yeah, we like to give you.
Yeah,
multiple
do
answers.
something a little different. I'm gonna give Jabroni of the week to the U.S. Open.
Jabroni of the week to the U.S. Open.
Jabroni of the week to the U.S. Open. for the whole catsuit thing. You know?
That was the French Open.
No, I thought it was the U.S. Open that...
U.S. Open, she's wearing the tutu. French Open was like, hey, you can't wear the catsuit.
Okay, well,
French
tennis
Open?
is getting jabroni.
All of tennis?
All
jabroni.
of tennis, except for Serena Williams.
Except for Serena.
And Roger Federer.
A whole sport getting the jabroni.
Yeah. All right, maybe I didn't think that one through that much.
Unprecedented, but it happens.
But
It happens.
like, she's such an obvious jabroni of the week, you know? I want to change it up a little bit.
Well, of course. I mean, anybody could spot that jabroni of the week from a mile away.
All right, John, your hero of the week.
My hero of the week. See, I always kind of want to pick the people who you're like, is he really a hero? But it's like, I got to admire the confidence. I don't know. The guy dining and dashing. If he hadn't got caught, 100% hero. 4 lobster tails for free. Can't really argue.
Veteran move.
Veteran move.
Very veteran move.
A veteran move always gets you hero of the week.
Fact.
Always. Fact.
A veteran move will get you the hero of the week.
Fact.
Fact. My hero of the week. I got a different hero.
Cool. Let's hear it.
I have heroes of the week, John.
Ooh, let's hear it.
And they're going to go to our fantastic listeners, Chris and your girlfriend, for sending us those articles.
That's a great pick.
Look at that.
That's a great pick.
You guys send your articles, you get hero of the week. Just like that. That's how easy it is here.
I can just picture our listeners listening right now. And you know the end of How the Grinch Stole Christmas? Where his heart grows 3 sizes and he's like, oh, and he learns to love?
Yes.
That's what our listeners are experiencing right now. Is they're like,
I hope so.
I'm the hero? That's true. It's you.
But that was it. We can't guarantee if somebody sends something in after this, they're going to get hero of the week.
No, if you also send in a bad article, you're going to get mercilessly roasted.
It might be jabroni of the week.
yeah, you might be jabroni.
You never know.
It's not good.
All right. So, we got a question to ponder for next week. This is the one we're super excited
This might
about.
be one of my favorite ones we've had.
Okay, you go ahead.
All right. You have to battle the devil for your soul in a game or activity of your choosing. What would you pick? So this is like, you got to pick the game or activity where you have 100% confidence you could beat the devil. You can't lose or there goes your soul.
Yeah.
Ooh,
it could be a game, it
this
could be
is
an
such a good
activity,
one.
it could be whatever, yeah. Whatever you want it to be. It could be a sport. Doesn't matter.
Any game or activity.
Any game or
It
activity.
could be like flipping pancakes.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. Where you're sure you could beat the devil.
Yeah.
Listeners, I want to see you guys write in for this one, please.
This is such a good one. Such a good one. I've already got my answer.
If we don't get any listener emails for this,
Shutting down the ScruffCast forever.
I was going to say you're not getting a new one next week. We're carrying the question over.
Until someone finally emails us?
You don't even get our brilliant answers, which let me tell you, they're spicy.
Fact.
Fact.
All right. I think that's the end of this episode, John.
I think so.
Okay. Thanks again to our heroes of the week for sending in those articles. Fantastic articles. Much better than the ones we came up with.
Yes, much better.
So if you want to hear good stuff, just send us whatever you want to hear because it's going to be better than what we pick. All right.
That's how it works here on the ScruffCast.
That is the end of episode 34. Thanks for listening, everybody, and we'll catch you next week.
Distracting, got me like, oh, as I'm watching her go. All I'm thinking is, oh, damn, that bad thing. I can tell you're really good at distracting.